so obviously, if you guys are watching this back, doing this a little bit earlier because got to go to the bank before they close. All right, so today, as we kind of talked about, right, we pretty much stayed in range, opening up, unable to really break that high. And last week, I took some speculative shorts off of that. Today, we saw a wick up. We lost that, and that was one of the key signs for me to potentially go short is the fact that you break out from make a new high, go touch cost basis, try to break above it, and fall back down. Now, what this has or the impact this has going into tomorrow is going to be determined by obviously what we do here. And that's what we're watching live. Now, again, if you took this short anywhere around the top, let me, shit. Oh, never mind, we're good. Okay. Nope, not good. All right, there we go. So if we're able to, move back up and close in that range, then if you decide that you want to swing short, that is entirely up to you. Again, where you entered is really going to determine if you got in on the floor, you probably should wait towards, oh, why is my stream down? There we go. I didn't hear it, whatever that was. But you did, you have reclaimed the floor, right? Or that is what you're trying to do here. At the moment, that 5-minute punchback might work out and a retest of 574. Now, if that gets reclaimed, and that's basically where I'm saying, if we reclaim that, I can't really call for a short at that point. But the target, if we can fall, and my goal here is to see 573 lost, my goal would be to try to take it into this empty space right around 570, 150. So that's my, my thoughts going into tomorrow. This is all, is this, adherent to the PBS strategy at all? Negative, Ghost Rider. So this is outside of, I'm taking something speculative. We're up at the top. We're failing to see any, significant, holds when we make new highs. And so I'm shorting that weakness. And that's not, that's just trading common sense, I guess, in some sense, when you're looking at highs and stuff like that, it's always room for a little bit of speculation. But that being said, let's pop the chat out. There it is. Potter, I always get bricked up when I see Potter, and that's okay. He definitely watched my ASMR video. Yeah, make sure you guys watch that. It's I worked really hard on that. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you, man. So anyway, I could see a pullback going into tomorrow if we hold these lows, and that's my only job right now, is to hold these lows, stay below that 574. And hopefully see some weakness by the end of the day. So when I take off a little bit early, obviously that's what you guys may be looking for. But when I'm waiting on candle closes, what hourly are you looking at on different time frames? So, that is going to adhere to where that play is identified, day trades and stuff like that. I could find an hourly setup, and then I'm going to use a 5-minute candle close on a lower time frame box. So, it's a fractal system. So like right now, I want to see an hourly candle close below 574.33 and preferably 574.55. But if I go down and I find that level to be true on the 30-minute, then I could allow a 30-minute candle close as well. That would be good enough. Now, that floor that I gave you is not the same, right? It would be here. So I would need to see a 30-minute candle close below 177. Hold on one second. I got to peel this. There we go. So if the 30-minute, right, is holding or does not close on that floor, then that would give me the permission to go lower. The 15-minute, right? So this is what you're going to keep doing. Now that level changes. So in order for us to be bullish here, we need to see a 15-minute candle close under that 574, 573.75. So it's kind of like, again, if you're on the 24-hour, your 24-hour setup is moving, then you need to be using your lower time frames. All right, so the QQQ, that's what I'm thinking. SPY, obviously, same deal here, just a little different. You are in in range. This, this chart isn't really telling me anything on the higher time frame on the 24-hour. However, it is and was pulled back down to the previous red candle here on the 4-hour, and that is where you're resting. Underneath that that empty space is empty space, right? With a target and a drop potentially down to our 632.96. And that is a potential target to the downside I am watching for based on how we close. There will be a median target, which is that opening price at 630, hold on, 634.80. And that's it. So there is a pullback potentially here, but I will say this. Of all, like, SPY is being held down by the same resistance that it had before. And if SPY decides to hold, which is what it is doing, right? It is trying to hold. So by the end of the day, this is up to you. If it can, and this is why we move down into the lower time frame, if it can start recovering floors again, right? If we can see 637 reclaimed, then that is something that, yes, is potential. I see 3 overhead rejections. So it would have to be a pretty significant catalyst to have us outside of it. And yes, you would expect a large or a significant move up to 640 if you gapped up above that. So hedges in this area of speculation could be centered around 640, depending on what you're doing. All right, so that is SPY, IWM. This one still, at this point, you could probably go damn 2 weeks out on both sides and probably still make a bag, but don't do that. This thing, I mean, I am excited to see how and where this moves. Something about this setup, I was looking back, reminds me very much of this one. That struggling, you built a box, kind of struggling to hold, and then you end up losing your floor. It very much appears to me that we're dealing with the same thing. So my goal here is to simplify what I see in front of me, and that's right there, 218.46. I believe if that is lost, we should start looking down towards one of my first targets, which should be around 211. However, if this is able to punch up, I think Chad brought this up today, it does have high short interest. So if we see a punch back over 226, the first green candle to my left is 233. So we're in an area of speculation ready to respond. Okay. All right. Read and react. I don't know if that one really is screaming for speculation, but all right. So that is our 3 ETFs going into the rest of the day. Another fan. That didn't work. Hold on a second. Buenas tardes. All right. Now, snow. I got to talk about it because we had to hedge today, and I think we did a pretty good job. I caught the bounce off the floor this morning. This went up on the money, perfect, and now it's fallen back into that box, closing a 24-hour candle, basically with no significant hold. This could open up the potential for range, right? Because if you don't lose anything or you don't gain anything, now there is a lot more to lose. And that's where we're sitting at the 50% mark between the top and the bottom. My target to the downside is 189.75. Obviously, the second target is 184.36. I'm going to continue to hold. Now, what I did already is I sized down the bounce. So I bought this one damn near on the floor this morning. So I went ahead and I just sized down a couple contracts. They were expensive. So that way I can hold this overnight just in case we end up punching back tomorrow where we have a lot of empty space. I do not expect that snow is going to gap down huge. And if it did, I'd be all right. All right. Hola. All right. So I think we have Kava earnings tonight, correct, folks?
No, they're tomorrow night.
I think it's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow night. That's right. So I know somebody's going to ask about it, so I'm just going to go ahead and look at it. I've been looking at it. It's moving down. And I think 78 is a tangible target as well as 73.11. definitely something to keep your eye on, um, going at or after earnings. If this thing dumps, right? And this candle, again, you can't go off of the candle closes going into earnings because you know that volatility is going to enter after hours. I've seen this 100 times where you'll start moving down. So, it is within the realm of possibilities to wick down onto an imbalance and on earnings, flip it back up. Again, 98.60 would be the first overhead target you'd have to get over in order to make that happen. I like it, but now all of a sudden the downside is going to be a little bit more heavily weighted. So, all right, go ahead and drop your request, guys. I'm gonna chart this until I can't, and I got a vominos, and then we'll go ahead and see what tomorrow brings on our speculative shorties. Yeah, it would be, Chris. Can I Starbucks above 92.30, 95.50? This is obviously a lower time. So yeah, this is obviously a lower time frame setup. And the answer to your question should lie in the candle closes that are here. That is 93, right? Because if I look at the 4 hour, hold on. See, what I see right here is a keep away, right? Keep the candles from closing on the candle closes over here, 93. So 90, whether you want to say 92.60, right? Or 93, I think 93 is far more clear. That being said, this is a cream of the crop here as far as setups are concerned. The lower time frame is where that empty space is at. It's not going to be the cream of the crop until that median is broken. When that median is broken, that's where the cream can go into the crop, or vice versa, if you want to cream your crops or crop your creams. But 93, right, would be that start here on the 30-minute. Yeah. All right. ACHR. Nope. Yes, I know Astro. You don't have to type it. You can just put high. That one is a no-brainer target of 933. It's just clear as day. 930, excuse me. If you're able to close underneath that, I have an 885 target directly underneath that. But this is, if you're looking long term, I don't know about that one. That does have a wild channel though. Yeah, play that. All right. Did someone say TSL to be used long term? So today my analysis on Tesla, I think, was pretty solid, right? Pretty much dead slap center at that median mark. That being said, it's a green candle. So if you are holding, what else can you do? You can hedge. You have a downtrend that you are currently sitting at. Lower time frame. You have overhead target, right? And again, this is a range, not a box. So 350, 450, and 368. So to the downside, hedge wise, maybe TSLL can relate this. 322. Hey, you got it. I mean, look at this thing. It's 354 up, empty space there on the hourly, and then downside would be delicious as well. I'm gonna have to set some alerts on that bad boy. Trying to see Elon cry.
You should definitely.
I want to see him cry. So you've got a nice, beautiful box, and you're sitting. Well, I wouldn't actually call it beautiful. It's beautiful in the dark, but you've got a 167 median, right? Uh, Yeah, I don't. I think this one has 174.65 as the overhead, and just leave it at that. If you're looking at the upside, that's a no stop. That's it. You do have the lower time frame channel to show that there is some nice control here. I see a couple of candle closes above you that could be pretty significant, 173. But more importantly, and you're gonna have to move this up on the 2 hour. Looks like 176 is gonna be that break point. I think I did this morning as well. Let's see here. I think it was here. Yeah, so I would be looking for 172.88 to get broken to get that started. You got a decent candle close here, not the best. This one, I think. Oh, it has earnings. That's right. Okay. Targets the target. I mean, it definitely does have decent earnings here and there. Sometimes it's crazy. You get a giant one, a great one, and then now it's just like trash. So yeah, with the earnings above you, if it could even get anywhere, I'd say 160, 150, and 182. Do I have any favorite tickers on the watch list for this week? I mean, I have some that are like, priority here. And my cat actually chewed up my watch list. I wish I was lying. I still have it, but it just has bite marks in it. But HPQ, Snow, but these are all things that I'm kind of already in, like things that I'm looking at that I really like right now, that we haven't already covered. No, I don't really have like anything that's screaming at me. I mean, I like the positions that I'm in a lot. And I'm actively looking for more plays. But I haven't really done much of that. So, well, of taking new plays. I did that one. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that has earnings. Yes, I would say this one definitely has more of a downside setup. Sorry, I missed that. All right, SE earnings tomorrow morning. That's interesting. SE, how are your earnings lately? Let's see. Earnings, big juicy, juicy, pretty juicy, not so juicy. Overcooked brisket. Ooh, juicy, but then dehydrated, but then rehydrated. So there's going to be a textural difference. That's amazing. That's also pretty good. Yeah, so damn, hold on. Is that today?
Tomorrow morning.
Ooh, MJ, you want to wake up tomorrow with me and SE? Pause.
If it's if it's gonna make me money.
Hey, yo, all right, Bonnie Blue. All right. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry.
Wow.
You're not kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back.
You're not sorry.
I am a little sorry. I couldn't catch it.
Not really.
Saw that documentary. All right. Anyway, SE has a good deal of empty space down, and I think that's probably where my priority targeting would be. I could see a drop down into the 122.75. And then upside, do we have anything empty? Alright, Raggy. To the upside, all I have is 201 on the weekly. The weekly. Yeah. It's not as clear there, but it is clear down there. So tomorrow morning, no, what do those cost?
122s?
Yeah.
60.
So I prioritize that target and then just find something
Yeah,
up
that's
above.
$66.
That's a little pricey. I'm gonna do it, but
It is.
yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I'm just maybe not gonna do a ton. 10. And then I guess for a hedge, that's the rough part, is it just really doesn't have a setup. if you're new here or you are risk adverse, you should know what to do here. Stand up, put your hands on your seat, and sit down. I don't know. 192.50s are pretty good. Yeah, I'm put a little bit into that one. I like SE, and it does have nice consolidation, so shoot me, but I'm gonna take it. I need some excitement in my life, dude. Snow makes me feel like I'm trading in a retirement home. Or somebody's never mind. All right. SE Hand.W. The fuck is wrong with my speech today? I already did that one. Microsoft. 4 hour. Man, that thing is. Listen, D Train. You're gonna definitely be watching that 5/18/28. It's adhering to a channel here. Part of me feels like there is maybe a little bit back down, but watch it on that bounce. And if it doesn't respond or it ends up climbing back up, but part of me feels like you could see a channel here. But and again, channels, this is a speculative channel. I drew that to try to find structure. If you punch down, obviously your next new low would be 501, potentially 595. 495, sorry. Yeah, I'm holding my cheeks right now. There you go. Yummy PBS 123. That's sorry.
Funny enough, I don't think that's a scammer. I think that's just a fan.
That's just a fan, bro. But listen here, dude. I mean, Yummy PBS. We got to remember PBS is a children's network, so I wouldn't go commenting on anybody else's lives.
Bro, what the
I'm just kidding. I'm just about seriously.
Oh,
Yummy. Yeah, I love Sesame Street a little too much.
Have a great day, guys.
Laser has a median 293 target and possibly 307. That's what I see there. Is this for earnings? Yeah. How does it respond on earnings? Easy answer, poopy. Poopy, but then like an aftershock of probably something untradeable. That had a baby squeeze up. One day you'll come up back up there. I bet you someone buys this company.
Mini me, quit the laser.
Okay. I mean, if as far as like, does this look like a good setup to me? No, does not look like a good setup. No. Well, SE, I'm a little bit, I see the downside there. But I know SE is liable to, it could actually pop off that top, and go up to that weekly floor. So I bought a hedge for a reason. The hedges are cheap. I will say with kind of the setup looks like it wants to come down. That's kind of what my gut is telling me, but I haven't eaten much sauerkraut lately or kimchi. My biome's all fucked up.
Hey Garrett, how far out did you go on SC? Down?
This week. Poppy.
I meant number wise, like how what do you think it can hit?
122.
Oh, okay, so you said 102. Thank you.
No, not that. All right, let's see here. BBAI, big build a box, fucking bear. Yeah, you're locked in here. Now you're closing. Today's high of day is where you likely go and hit up at the top here, and that's where you can make an attempt, yes, to go to $9, and that would be my target if you can break over that top there. Oh, it has earnings. Okay, well then $9 is my target on earnings. How does it respond to earnings? Poopy, big dumpy, poop, poopy doop, caca. There you go. But that was after a big pump off of a squeeze type shit. So down seems more like 462 possibly as well. So 462 and then 1162. All right. Disney down. So same thing I said last night. You got a job to do. Remember that, right? Sellers have a job to do. Now they're doing their job as far as holding, right? like holding the price down. But just because you hold someone doesn't mean you love them, right? And that is not you're not accomplishing your goal, right? Of actually pushing price down or falling in love. But that is the current, like, I don't know, it doesn't make me really feel good about that setup in general until I do see a one, because think about it, you've got building on this structure here, you got little pockets of empty space. You could pop down, hit that 111.24 and then pop right back up. So if you decide to take that short, which is okay if that's what you decide to do, you have to have a great stop loss. And I think 113.55 would be it. So uh-oh. Oh, we're good. Yeah. All right. So nope. BMNR. Bit 9 immersion. Oh, who drew that line? I don't even know how I found that. Oh, because of that. Well, I think that was pretty um yeah, so this one's pretty much gonna just ask for the candle to open up above that or to push outside of it. You've got good empty space. You do see consolidation before a move is made typically. So now you need to move down, look at the hourly time frame, see what you have to hold. Currently, you're holding a small area right here, but there is your pre-market or your open. And that could be obviously useful underneath 61 to code bounce off of to get in that. But that one's going to be require your time and energy to watch. So Dave. Now this one had a. Is that today? No, it already had it. That's right. Fat dumper. Lots of empty space down. That's right. You know what? I thought I added that to the watch list. You chew it off, dude. Why'd you chew my watch list? What did you see in SE that made you take it? Consolidation, empty space on both sides. Now, the cost of the contracts it is not where we find our edge. I can afford it. I'm doing it. I'm not putting a ton of money into it. I got 10 contracts to the downside, and then the contracts to the upside, I bought 25 of them. So I'm a little bit more leaning down. But if we were to rip to 200, wouldn't matter. I'd have more contracts of the fucking 197.50s. Worst thing that could happen is nothing happens. Oh my God. Hope you're not taking signals if you're on TikTok. Tuck. All right, Dave. So anyway, for Dave, my issue here is that it's hesitating at the floor and it is building a box. So that there is a chance that empty space to the upside could get fulfilled. You also can observe a pretty easy to identify bottom right here, which could also be your trend. So at the moment, I think this is a set your alerts, right? Especially on that floor there. And set your alerts, I would say right at 193.95, because if you can break up above that, that's where you'd probably be looking for this empty space above to get refilled. And at that point, yeah, Dave could be a pretty sick short. I mean, that shit looks good. Really good, actually. Keep that one on the watch list. Pony earnings. Oh, that's a donkey. Never mind. That's all right. So you've got the dumbest chart on earth. This is actually, I don't know, this looks like the shape of underwear or something, right? Panties. Clearly, I've never seen panties in my life. Anyway, giant V shape sitting underneath your previous IPO sell level, which is 1642. Cost basis is 1890, right? What are you talking about, Marzo? Holy shit,
I
son.
hope your underwear don't look like that.
It does when I cut holes in them, but that's just for the breeze. All right, so we've got the 16 gets hot in here. 1642 overhead. That's what you need to reclaim. That's what you need to punch back. You got a shit ton of empty space in your crotch region of this chart, and that would be with a drop down underneath 1097. So you are in between two signals. I think you could probably rely on a breakdown below 1281. Can I do SE? I did, and I'm taking it, and I've got SE. I kind of stopped telling you guys this. SE 122 puts and 190 250 calls. DDD earnings. So it has juicy consolidation. There's a lot of empty space up there. I would assume that's going to be long term. DDD's earnings have been, they bring some volatility. It's weird. I had back-to-back earnings. They must have been excited. Let's see, earnings. I mean, it's not the craziest shit in the whole world. It does lead to continuation, though, it seems like, if it's not in range, but that one's a little bit tougher, because it's, the empty space is so far away. I'm not really seeing evidence of DDD being able to actually fill that type of empty space up. But channel wise, it could be something to start a position on for sure. Looking for this punch back through this box at 265 right there. So Otter Signal Nation, get out of here, dude.
Reduced some of my risk on DDD after
Yeah.
reading up some of the hearsay on it as far as insiders go, but it's lost some luster for me. But long term, I'm still holding on to it, and I got my shares. So
Yeah, it's got empty space up there somewhere. HPQ, yeah. Well, first ARM. That one failed. Failed to grab the floor. But it really hasn't. As soon as you step down here, you kind of see it's still trying its hardest. So here's what I would do, because the upside is still possibly there. What did you wick off of? Right? Just let the chart tell you. Let the chart guide your hand. Wow. 146.44 is what you wicked off of. That is also a floor. I can see it right there. Look what happens when you hit that floor. You push up. So if you want that empty space, today's high is the goal. You're holding what you need to hold. Stay above 138.35. HPQ. Ooh, yeah. So this one obviously weak today, pulling back. And one of my issues was today it did not open up outside of the wicks. Now it was open outside of the candle closes, but clearly this is telling us that it does not have enough volume now to get there. Now earnings is close enough that it is probably going to wait. Okay. So that is, unless we can see something happen on the hourly, which would come off of that bounce here today, and again another break back up above 26. So if you're still waiting, I mean, it's not done, but it is, that pullback today definitely is not great. What's on my watch list? SE, Snow, Q's, Kava, Trip, well, not really Trip, I'm just babysitting it. Toast, Joby, Tesla.
Hell yeah, brother.
God damn. All right. W down. That's called an M. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. I'll try again. I just like to move the sticks, man. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of moving the sticks, dude, I didn't realize that they shut Battlefield down till the 14th. The fuck?
Pause.
I was a little bit pissed off, dude. A little bit mad. I want my game. What do you want to do to this thing? W down? Okay, so it's hard to short a bucket, man. That's one tough thing here. You look at the weekly, so again, it's about what you lose. So sellers right now have not pushed you back down. Now I can go look to my left and actually see where that level is. It's here. So until you lose 67, we don't know whether you're going to build, right? And then break, or because I mean, again, this is years of consolidation. 2022. All right. So trip upside for equity. I mean, dude, the build is actually pretty crazy. The 24-hour time frame's a little lazy. I mean, it's chilling right underneath that wall. So yes, I mean, this would equity wise, or could rather, be a good place to set a stop loss for, the empty space up above to 25. So yeah, it could for sure. You just, again, everything is going to rely on your ability to create a plan. Where do you get in? Where do you get out? That's right. I just remembered a question I was going to ask on Sunday, but the camera kept distracting me. I was going to ask, for those of you guys who are not yet profitable, still learning or slash struggling, do you guys record? I'm just, you don't have to answer it, but you can if you want to. Do you guys record your trades or write down your plans at all? Have you ever done that? Just
Nope.
nope. Okay. I just want to point this out, okay? And I can send you this book, or send you the title of this book. It's, there is absolutely, like, there is something to be said about writing things down. Okay, like, just even if it's just a quick plan, um, writing things down, not just a journal like of my trades, but like of your goals, of here's my issue, this is what I've figured out to solve it, now this is the new routine. And that's something that we write down, like, um so that being said, I'm not gonna pitch to you guys manifesting and stuff like that, because that's can be misconstrued into some hippy dippy bullshit. But the reality is, intention in following your plan, when it's all up here, your brain is, it's a pretty powerful machine, but it contains a lot of information. So having that information actually put down in paper, on paper, in the physical world, does make a difference. We'll talk about that maybe some other time. But all right, CCL down. So
That's actually a great idea, because for me, I just have some bad habits, and at least I can reflect on that.
you need, yeah, write down those bad habits, and then write down what your plan is to solve it. And I'm not even joking. Write it down every day until the problem does not exist. Like every day, if you got a little notepad, write it down. You don't have to tell anybody. You know that feeling? This is actually really interesting. The feeling, and some therapists will, or psychologists will tell you, like a lot of people will tell people their plans or their dreams, and they'll get dopamine from that interaction, and it'll actually stop them from achieving their goals. And so, like, I think that actually those things do correlate, where, like, if you write these things down, it's between you and yourself, right? And so it's like, it not only is it putting it into the physical world and putting it right in front of you, but it's also kind of like bending, yeah, exactly, bending your brain. Stonk journal, I've never heard of that. But even if it's just a business or a behavioral habit, let me tell you what the book is real quick, and then we'll keep charting here. I have terrible memory with book titles. Was it the 5-Minute
Jesus.
Morning? What? Jesus? That's not the book title.
Stock advice and life advice. This is the best quote ever.
Oh God. It's called The Miracle Morning. Check it out. It is I got it for like $16. So it's a really good
Writing it down actually helped me as well, because I've been like writing down habits that I've been doing, and like unconsciously
Yeah.
over like a month or so, I would realize that, hey, this is a common thing between every day that I'm doing wrong. And I do like, and then unconsciously, I would also correct it because I'm changing that habit without knowing. I'm like, because like I needed to get rid of like my indicator habit. And to do that, I had to write down like every time I was like messing up because of my indicators. And it took like a few, weeks for me to see that common trend, to be able to say, this is an issue.
Yeah.
What I need to do. Like every morning I would have like something called do not look at indicators, and like that was unconsciously there. That's what got me to get off it.
Yeah. And if it's something that you're skeptical about, start with something small. Like, yeah, I'm just putting it like if you forget to brush your teeth, like just write it down in the morning. I'm going to brush my teeth every day and remember to do it. I know that sounds stupid, but I promise you, just try. Life's about trying shit out, like exploring reality and seeing what works and what doesn't. That's something that works, and I think it's something that, outside of trading and life wise, if you have a goal you want to accomplish, start writing that shit down. Don't keep it in your noggin. Seriously, make it real in some. Yeah, it is by uh yeah, it is by Hal Elrod. Yes, check it out. It's a good book. I just bought the physical copy, but they have the audio book too. So, DKNG to the downside. Yes, that does look pretty juicy. I don't think it's worth it unless you are trying to short that motherfucker all the way back down at 38.50.
Did you say a book by L. Ron Hubbard?
I did not. Hal Elrod. What the fuck? No way. Jay Diamond said journaling doesn't work. Oh, damn. Never mind. Ixnay all of the things I just said. It's called The Miracle Morning, updated and expanded version by Hal Elrod. It's a good book. All right. Anyway, moving on. CCL, which I skipped over. This is bouncing, right? And we talked about that today, but it's one of those momentary things. You really haven't recovered anything, but you haven't lost anything at the same time. So it's possible that you just kind of creep for a second, right foot creep, in this box. And I mean, with the bounce off of the wick today, it's really a battle between here and there. So like you could just focus on that area. Yeah. QQQ looks stumpy. Yeah, I'm swinging downside on it. I'm absolutely swinging downside on it. If we open up in range tomorrow, I'm cooked. But if this trade goes well, I am not cooked. But served raw. Pause.
Hey Garrett, real quick, are you putting in perspective that we have the CPI tomorrow morning?
Yep. Or am I thinking about that, or?
Like put in perspective, because I mean, like I said, the parents are. It's pretty important news. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going off of what the chart tells me.
Right.
So, but hand in hand, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because you might get a move up or down, depending on the data.
True.
But following the chart. That's all.
Saw you on another live the other day. Thank you for standing with Palestine. Of course, it's only human. All right. So Asana, I would love that. That actually sounds really nice. Anybody care to join? Just kidding. Don't come near me. So 1270 floor right here. Wicks off of that. I see this chart is a little bewildering. You could be looking for a bounce here. You got a ton of empty space back up. B, that bad boy. So you could still have a bounce at 1250 or cost basis at 11.8. Thank you for allowing me to join your cult. Okay. All right. It's not helping the allegations, man. Wait, banks close at 5. I'm tripping. Why did I think they closed at 4:30? Nah, you're good, bro. All right. We've got KSS up. Oops. Why? You have a giant range on the 4-hour right here. You've got 24-hour, excuse me. That is the playing field ahead of you. There is not a ton of.
That's what I was looking at. It's like claiming that box above you.
Yeah, it's almost all you have. You got a little channel here. I know my habit is typically to expand it, but I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'd re-explore whether or not it still had short interest or whether people are talking about it, which, usually I don't say to do that, but, with that wick, man, Yeah, floor, median, and the top, because it is not a box. Yeah, I'm asking
After
for a
that
no.
move, I'm not really touching that thing until
Nah, man.
we get closer to earnings. It's no point until it gets triggered again.
Yeah, dude.
Earnings is in a couple of weeks, so
Yeah.
that's trying.
Yeah.
I still have my I still got like 5 contracts of the 15s left that I've just held on to.
What a mercy. You print those out, give them to your kids.
How's them down?
Pass down your long dated options that are too far out of the money to work. Here you go,
So
kids.
I'm leaving a bunch of
What's life without
1
loss?
cent, 0 cent bid, and 800 ask options.
Jesus Christ. Yes, Queen. So I'm gonna be on. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, with Lulu, this one's a trip. It's got a box on the 24-hour from April. Well, that's April 20th of April 2020. But it is so at this point, I would be looking for a drop underneath 181 or pop back out of 196. So you kind of in a weird area. It does have a ton of empty space. But I think what would really be more beneficial here is on the 4-hour, because you're dealing with this old ass price action, which is still relevant, but this would probably make your life a whole lot easier. And that's just so literally, I mean, I'll set alert on that. Holy shit, that's beautiful. I'll stretch into those. Get it? Okay. All right. TXN. Did we already look at that one? Am I tripping? That one looks like it's going to the floor, my friend. I mean, 2 fat rejections over the top. Yeah, it's hard to see anything else. I think ACHRB. Yeah, I'll look at it, but give me a second. Yeah, so looking at this one below the wicks 184, I'm looking down and I'm looking for a bounce off that floor. Hopefully you can hold it. If not, you got fat gaps down there, so you kind of need to. What do I think about Wolf? It's lost its steam. I think you got to ask Kate about that one. I'm just kidding. Honestly, you know, there's still a gap up there. You're still holding. I think this is the one he trades, right? You trade this one, or no?
Yeah, I got into it last week. I'm
This-
up. I mean, I've already trimmed some.
Yeah, it's just box after box after box. So I mean, if there's a catalyst or some sort of, you know, news or something, for sure that could, you know, those things serve as like volume packs. But you're stuck in between cost basis and your floor underneath you, you know, and this isn't. I mean, again, this is preference, and I feel weird sometimes telling you guys this. Like, would I ever trade this? No, that's just me. I have a preference. I like what I like, and I stick to it. Does it still have boxes and places to set stop losses for you to speculate if you like it? Of course. So do that. As long as it has clean boxes. Once you start to start charting, when you start charting things and you can't find shit, that's where it's like, no, that's hot dog water. SE can't. Did I look at this one this morning? Yeah, dude. Honestly, it kind of does look like it wants to dump. At minimum, I think, to the top right here. So 44.
Yeah, this is one of those that it's got me
Weird.
perplexed though, because there's not it's not a ton of empty space underneath, even stretching out on the weekly and monthly, looking to your left.
Yeah, you'd need it to really.
But there is a ton up, and it's almost like we might get some kind of reaction, initial reaction down, and then like a steady drop back up after earnings.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this one having the empty space that it has, it could be something that if it doesn't move on earnings, it'll roll over after. Because it does have, you know, if you bounced off of this, dude, that box right there would allow you to try to take it back up to 56, or vice versa. You know, if you popped up here and then it reversed back down, you could play it both ways. Or fuck it, if it punched back, you could play it up. But what the fuck do they do? Silanese.
I'm really not sure.
For SE, did the low volume not worry you for it though? Trying to understand how volume and OI relates to it. So let me explain this really easily. Okay, this is going to be for the majority of everything that I do. Right? I want contracts that nobody wants to buy anymore. In theory, right? So, I know we've talked about volume on options. Like, yes, there is too much. There is too much IV. But when I see no volume, you know what that tells me? The risk is really low. Now, especially if the contracts are well priced, if we're underneath $10, even a little bit of volume could do us, good. And going into earnings, if you have low volume and low IV, and then all of a sudden this thing does perform, that's where you see gamma squeezes, out of the fucking world. I mean, because these things can, really move. So no, I don't. My primary focus is not on whether or not somebody else is buying that contract, because I would say that, I'm trying to buy the contract before the masses do. And I mean, that's literally our whole business plan, is to show up at the market and look for, those contracts that are forgotten about or have been chopped up to bits, and then look for those opportunities above the low, right? Trying to essentially buy those and sell them to day traders.
You can't buy and sell to the dorks if you're buying when the dorks are buying.
Right. So you got to buy them before the dorks and then sell them to the dorks. It was like, whoever fucking bought up their first box of Labubus, last year. They're Gucci. But if you just bought one right now, like Stelio did, bankrupt, dude. Bankrupt. Tell him, Stelio. Crazy. Stelio's in $360,000 of Labubu debt, dude. You don't want to talk about it. He's probably not even here. The wiki. The circle earnings, I have no thoughts on it. I have zero. Other than probably, I have no thoughts on it. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. I mean, is this the right one? Yeah. I have no. I don't have any. Down maybe to 118. Yeah. These ones, fresh off of IPO, all I can tell you is what's above. Maybe 230. I mean, what the fuck? But yeah, so I mean, literally, it's like a game of keep away, right? The options are hot, we don't touch them. Then when the options are getting beaten the shit out of, that's when we're like, okay, that looks good. And that theory, right? If you were to say, well, how do you know when an option's getting the shit kicked out of it? That's what an option getting the shit kicked out of it looks like. Anything up here, shit kicking, right? Anything down here, typically shit kicking. So, and this does this to longer expiration contracts, which then lowers the price of them so that we can try and catch those breaks out. So, all right, OKLO earnings, based on the channel that I have right here, man, what's this? How does it move on earnings? No. After earnings, yes. Yeah, so it likes to take its time. Look at that after earnings. So after earnings, if you can, if you punch down, I see a 58.27 target. I mean, that could even lead you to a pullback all the way to 40, which I think is possible. But then at the same time, a bounce back out of 79.24 and pop off the top at 84.50, and we're looking to the upside. Again, not my. It's an interesting setup for sure. The channel definitely is pretty fire. I mean, you got a clean channel at minimum. So the upside target long term in the 140s. Target That one has earnings. Yeah, we're still got a couple, another week, right? I think this one comes back down, dude, tomorrow. Yeah, I don't mean like dumpy, but I mean at least to that 102. If this small block right here is broken, then we're gonna retest down here. But I'm obviously more excited about earnings. With all that empty space at the upside, if we keep turning down though, if we get far enough without recovering, that upside play that we were planning on might not work out. I mean, the earnings that it's had, meaning that, we could see a big dump, but all we have to do is be patient. Look at how it sets up. Nike down. Still sitting on cost basis, still in between where you go long, short, right? Today, wick out, so use the lower time frame floor of 73. That's your entry to the downside. 5-minute analysis right there, easy. We've got GM up. Lord have mercy. So, I mean, it looks like that is the will of the fucking stock. I mean, clearly it is not giving up. It did pull back on earnings, pop itself back up. This overhead is killing it, man. I mean, you have seen nothing but resistance. This is the first 24-hour candle outside of said range. The wicks are coming off of 54.670, and the first target above you is only 55.50. So that is your next target to the upside. The candle's decent enough. I mean, you really can't ask for anything else when you're taking something long. However, the way that this thing trades is one day or one pop, and then you fucking chop. I mean, literally, it pop, chop, pop, chop. I mean, it's pop, chop. I very, very rarely do you see multi-day runs. Here you see a pop, and then open pop, and then you just dump. But pop, stop, pop. Yeah, you got it. It's popping. Chain overnight swing cooking. Cooking on what? The cues? Yeah, dude. Look at this thing.
Okay,
We're talking it down right now. I wish you would jump off of that ledge, QQ.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. You like that? Might record that.
I couldn't understand him. He was peeking.
Not as beautiful as you.
I'm not peaking, dude. It's been years since I peaked.
Not like his mic.
Dude, you're super slow.
Is my yeah, that's not me. That's you. Mic check. Mic check. Mike.
Mike.
Ah! Mike.
Mike.
Mine. Oh shit. All right.
Mike?
That was
Someone
our
taking 2 calls.
Jesus Christ. Brother, it's not as clear there, but it is clear down there. Oh.
Bruh.
Out of context. Very wild. Yo, who am I? Wait.
Your mom. You're still a failure.
So
I'm not my mom. What's up, dude?
okay. I see what I see where you're going for on cues.
Yeah, we're actually
The calls
almost.
are pretty expensive, so I didn't even.
I bought them up here though. That was on the pop back
Okay.
down. Yeah, so like in the morning, I said, tried to pop alerts onto the top of that. Tried to hold it. It did pop up into the highs, couldn't hold cost basis, and then it fell back underneath. Man, that's one of the So if you walk away because nothing is opening up, if you've made a new high, whatever you broke out of, set an alert on that. A lot of the times, if you pull back underneath that, especially off of a volatile morning push, yeah, that's where you're going to see a reversal off of that. So, snow is looking way better with this candle close. I'm hoping that it will go make a new low by the end of the day and give us my next 189 target. Yeah, I think it will. Look at that. We're heading down.
Can you check Apple if you get a chance?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, this one said no dumpy, please. So retest, right? Off the top. What are you up against? You just got a wick that you're up against, the 4-hour bounce. Yeah, so I mean this is how we would expect price action to respond, being in between what you need to hold and what you need to recover to get the rest of the empty space above you. I say that target's going to be 233.60. Of course, you do have it more empty space up there, but one thing that I kind of missed here, and I'm going to show it on the 4, even though it's more apparent on that 24, is this is the middle of a range. So holding this floor, 231.65 and cost basis 236 and gap fill. That's a gap fill at cost basis. So right now, here's your parameters, right? There's your box there. Empty space underneath you. That's a vulnerable area. We're going to bring that box down because we're not going to do that. And then you're going to look over here to your left, right? What are you bouncing off of? You clearly are bouncing off of those wicks right there. So we know that if we close basically underneath 224.44, we're going to see Apple move down. Set your alert. Do you have hedges? Yes, I do have hedges for the cues, guys. Always. Yes, of course. PM down. I wish you would jump off of that ledge, Q.
That is beautiful.
Quit stroking his ego.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Get a Tesla charger. Astro, come on.
Fucking
What's up? What's up?
just trying to help me, just help people make money, Can't even sing a little song, a little ditty.
Hey, yo.
Oh my god. Starting to hate it here. No, I'm just kidding. Great bounce today on the
Dígame la
24.
pela.
And good bounce today on the 24-hour candle. You do have empty space up above you. What is there telling you to go or to get out? You've got a great base underneath you. Smoke it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did. Yeah,
That
if
was
you
a nice bounce this morning on PM.
you
I
held
was getting
yourself
a
up.
little worried this morning, but I was waiting for the candle close for the day.
Oh my god.
Let's go fucking keep.
I wish Bruh.
Uh.
You would jump off of that ledge, Q. Stop! Oh my god, we're gonna use that a lot in the bear market. I can tell that. All right, Snow, new lows. Holy shit, bro. Listen, that was a well-placed fucking short, my friends. Look at this right here. Wait, where is it at? Yeah, right there. Look at that. TikTok. I don't know if you guys can read that. Oh my god. Oh my.
Every time I try to sell, the price keeps going.
Sell at the ask or above the ask. You can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
do that. Yeah, you can do that. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. We did it. Ugh.
Are they watching over you?
Bouncing off the middle of the channel right now.
It just bounced off my wick. Leave my wick alone, Q's. Snow, TTD. Yeah, I think somebody's talking about taking that one short. You just need to lose that wick there. Looks better for the short now. Target's going to be 51.80 tomorrow. I am holding these motherfucking...
IWM is also approaching that last hunchback area.
Okay, but now when it gets to the low at the very last minute, we might actually hit my target before the fucking play is done. So, my next target is right here at 570.135. Oh Jesus fuck! Oh my god, my cat just drove his nails into my thigh again. Oh my god, that really hurt.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. He really did. If you watch that back on camera, he like missed the chair and then he just planted his one paw in my He just Simba'd my leg. Or Mufasa. Yo, Ivan. The eye roll.
I want my money back.
You want your money back? All right.
Are the targets 570, 60 or something like that?
I mean, now, dude, the target is financial global meltdown, 552.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding. Yes, that is our next target, but I am gonna hold a piece of this pie. With the downside move, I'm gonna hedge for tomorrow because if we keep dumping like this and we hit my target, there's a good chance that all this is gonna be filled back up to the upside. So clearly, if we do hit that target for the end of the day, trim off what you want, and then I'll grab some calls cheaper. I might actually have to go with the SQQs. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at a retest of 573 tomorrow. But we'll see if we get there. We have 6 minutes left. But one thing that's really, really clear to me here, folks, is that level that I'm pointing out. Go draw it across. Look, here, here. That's what we need to die. Did anybody take that with weeklies, though? If you had weeklies, that was fucking... You need to be, obviously... Ha! Don't swing those. You will suffer great financial loss. Yeah. All right, we got 5 minutes to close here. Sorry, guys, I'm managing my shit. Amazon to the downside. Yeah, doesn't look bad. Don't hate it. Good candle close. Definitely looks like it could... Fuck. God damn it. Hedge would be... Okay, so first of all, the target is 218.80. Now, how are those options?
Untradeable.
217. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Those are pretty fucking expensive. If you want to, yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's got a top right there, so that would be target 1. That's it. Holy shit, QQ. Did you... If you guys are not... brother. Oh my God. Right here. And you guys say I don't fucking do signals, but look at this shit. What is this? What? Look at that.
Is it a signal?
It was a signal. I mean, really. You know, look at this. Ooh. That's Simple Stacks Investments. We pump your
Oh shit. I just got a notification. I'm a major on Tilray.
Hell
Did
yeah.
something happen?
That's
You're on the-
squeezing out again. Little baby squeeze.
Oh my.
Trump's gonna legalize
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
decriminalization. Decriminalization. There was another cannabis chart though. Was it ACB? That I think I
ACB.
liked. I like that one.
We made
No.
a bag on that one.
Yeah, but it looks like
you're talking about what was the one that started with a C, didn't it?
CNC. No, that's CNC. Look at GRWG in the big ass box. That looks like shit. Forgot the rest of the cannabis stocks. Okay. Last minute of the day. If you want to grab some hedges for your Qs, because you're leaving runners because you just made some money that was supposed to be for a swing, but you're making it now, and so now you're confused. You could just have a little
Yeah, it was
coral.
Canopy Growth, CGC.
That's right, CGC.
Get on the Qs on a 24
that one
hour. I
better.
see 570, 70 coming up.
1 second, man. Sorry, trying to.
You know what? I'm just saying.
Sorry. Hold on. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, that actually just bounced off of 571.50. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, you're leaving behind empty space, but yeah. So you could grab like. I think it's better to be in the 570, and this is where they're, obviously a little bit more expensive. So you can go with a different QQQ or tech derived chart and play the same concept, but 578, because again, if this was to bounce and whiplash, I would expect a reclaim and punch back through that box. But when the government website did you use for when reports come out and stuff? Remember you mentioning it? Forex Factory. It's not a government website. Man, I tell you what, I just made a bag on those weeklies. Yep, there goes that empty space. I don't know. I don't think that changes much. I'm just trying to envision like a big green candle right here. Just don't see it.
It's coming.
Visualizing. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I got hedges, so we'll see. I had a great entry. I'm gonna explore and see what that means for me. 570.50. Still the 24-hour target. So all right, 4 o'clock. There it is. What earnings do we have today, guys?
Kava.
That's right. That's tomorrow morning, I thought. Is that tonight?
Kava's tomorrow afternoon.
It is tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, fuck.
My bad.
How'd you do that, man?
ASTS is tonight. Or, yeah, tonight.
Anything else fun?
No, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Butter, Sony seems to have closed a candle above today from its high.
With Sony, dude, the only thing you can do is just grab your cheeks and let it ride, brother. Yeah, you're at the all-time highs. You just capped up above those highs. Onward and upward,
How do I press the buttons if I'm grabbing my cheeks?
You're married, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have her grab one cheek, and then you guys both use your hands together.
Got it. I'll have that discussion tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
I got a weird visual.
Otter, can you say that again just a little bit slower?
Why? No. You.
Oh wait, it's recorded. Don't worry, I'll send it to
Hasta
you.
luego. Gotta get out.
All right, brother. Have a great night. Yeah, I just want to say, if you don't clip me, you're a good person. And I appreciate you. You know that?
Wow, that's crazy.
You're invited
Wow.
to. You're
I think
invited
we all
to
join
my.
this group knowing we're shitty.
You're all invited to my bar mitzvah.
Your barbecue?
Yeah.
You see that cultural appropriation? I see it, Celio. I see it.
I'm about
I
to.
feel like it was directed at you. I feel like I could feel him staring at you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, leave
Go
it.
to the barbecue and it'll be catered by
So we're
DoorDash.
invited to your bar mitzvah?
Something like that. Invited to his farm.
That's where I take you to a bar and mitzvah you. You don't want to know.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
And with that being said,
Oh
Really, it's
yeah.
late night hours.
Yeah.
Over enjoy.
Someone say barbacoa. This will be on YouTube, TikTok. Discount is up. All that other good shit. Go in the free Discord. I'm sure you've seen it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. That's good. Write that down. All right. Peace.